So, hey, folks, it's been a long time since we've seen each other. Like almost 2 months. Rocco, how you been doing?
That's nice. I'm on summertime. You know?
You gained some weight, huh?
No, I lost weight.
You look like you put some poundage on.
I think the T-shirt's just tight. But
Yeah. Does that come in men's sizes, that shirt, or just kids?
Just kids, yeah. Big kids.
Okay. Big kids,
Yeah.
Lucky Charms. Anyway, so nothing new?
No, I just, I do a lot of training. Summertime, enjoys myself a little bit.
Enjoys, yeah?
Fishing
How's-
a little bit, yeah.
How's like? Did you make La Zazicha this year? or-
Sazitza, yeah, I make sazitza. And then September now, we're going to make kulusuku for Jimo. Yeah, it's going to
The
be
tomatoes
nice.
are good this year.
Yeah, well, a little bit late. The pomodoros are a little bit late this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have to make the sauce fast. Yeah.
So we have a very special. We don't often have guests, eh? But
No.
usually just me and you talking about stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But we have a really special guest.
Oh, yeah, today I know.
What do you think?
Very special.
We
yeah.
know each other for some time.
He's a champion. I know that.
Hey,
Yeah.
so Frank D'Angelo in the house.
Compare Franco.
Go visit. How are you? You got to talk in the mic here because this is low tech. Sorry, and we're
I'll get the mic so I look like.
okay. Yeah, that's good.
So, if you guys would have told me that I was coming down here, I just would have bought a parked car.
What?
I would've
This
buy-
is the best
I
place
would've
in the
buy-
city.
Bought
What are
a
you
parked
talking?
car. Yeah. There's no parking. I should have taken the bus or ridden my bicycle
Oh, yeah.
because now downtown is pro bicycle.
Yeah.
It's anti-car.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
I heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but
Did you jog down?
Yeah,
Rocco.
of course. From Bay Area coming down this morning.
Yeah.
Baracco's quite the athlete. He's athletic.
Oh, yeah.
He can open the fridge door and shut it in 13 seconds.
I know. Hey, Rock. That's 13. Last year you did it in 12. You're getting fucking slow.
He can roll out of bed, be downstairs, and make a 3-course meal. Boom.
So,
Better than
so-
a drive-through.
hey, this guy here for me. This guy here, so.
Who is the? Who this guy?
Frank
Oh,
Guccio,
compare Franco.
Hidro.
Mr.
Goviter.
He does everything, eh?
Yeah.
He does everything. He does movies,
Everything.
music,
Everything.
acting,
Right, he
comedy,
write the story.
pizza, salsa, salsiccia. He makes
Tutto,
everything.
even powder drink.
I don't make no
know?
salsiccia.
No, you make a
But I make the
rapini with the
sauce.
salsiccia.
I do like making rapini, but
Yeah.
I've never gone with that organ grinder. Put the guts and
Organ
throw it
grinder.
thing, and then it just and now comes the salsiccia, and then you got to fold,
Oh,
and you
yeah,
got to
I
figure
see.
out right because if you're Sicilian, each one's about this big.
Yeah.
So if
What
you
do you
make English salsiccia, which is I don't know, I'm just saying the English sausage is about this big.
Yeah.
It's this big.
I heard that.
But the Italian ones, especially if you put fennel in there.
Listen.
It burns
Listen.
the tip, but the fennel.
Okay, Rock. Give us a
The
Lavian,
fennel's
hey.
important. But
So
I don't know if it's a euphemism, but the Italian sausages seem
Yeah.
to be big.
Oh, yeah. And
if it's
thick.
Barese sausage, it's thin, eh?
I'm
Barese
talking
salsiccia.
about the sausage that you eat. Not
Hey,
normal
how about,
one.
how about the Barese sausage? How do you make that?
The Barese salsiccia.
The thin ones, the long.
You have to roll it with your feet.
Yeah,
That's why it
that's
comes nice and thin.
Tin, huh?
Extra weight.
so you
Yeah.
roll it with your feet.
Ulipedi.
Impressive. Impressive.
So we okay.
Athletes
Are you
sausage.
guys? Are you done? Like,
I apologize.
it's okay.
We got excited.
We do. You get too excited. We do all improvisation for the nation over here.
Okay.
So nothing is scripted.
Okay.
We just talk about stuff. But I have a few questions that my audience. I have 62.
But we're recording this stuff right
Yes,
now?
everything's recorded.
Oh, everything.
Everything. So so I have.
'Cause I don't
We
want
have
to offend
60,
anybody with the
60
sausage. 'Cause-
67 followers, man. We have a huge following. We have a
We
big
are
Well,
audience.
actually, I think you're 64th.
We're
You guys
30
just went to the bathroom.
We had 32 last year. We started last November. Now we doubled. And
Well,
at this rate, we're going to have 6,000 by 2025.
I think that the key of followers is I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. Let's just move on.
Go ahead. Talk.
Go ahead, talk. We're here to talk.
I'm just saying that now you're out there. It doesn't matter if there's some sort of counting mechanism that tells you how many. It's out there.
Yeah.
Once
Yeah.
it's out
Of course.
there,
You never
you're
know.
out there in an 8 billion
That's
universe.
right. We don't. We just do it. We do it.
A lot of
and,
people out there, yeah.
We do it because it's fun. We talk about all kinds of things over
So
the
you
last-
wanted to ask some questions, and we interrupted you. So go ahead. And,
Well, we're just kind of talking because to me, I admire you. I was telling Vito, I
I
admire
admire
this guy.
you. I think
I admire this guy because, You just do shit, like, you get things done. Like, you know, people say, hey, you know, Frank. Well, I say, this guy's a fucking legend to me. I don't know. This guy gets shit done. He makes movies. He does music.
Everything.
He performs. He does everything. I mean, what the fuck do you do?
And he
you
can
sit there
cook too. He make nice.
I don't know about that.
Chef,
I've never been eating.
Oh,
I've never been invited. Because I'm not that famoso
that's
yet.
That's not true.
I ate one time when you invited us on your show.
That's
remember?
correct. You guys ate with me at Forget About It Supper Club.
That's right.
Forget about
it's
what
cheaper to buy you guys fucking suits than to bring you fucking.
Yeah, of course. And I think I
you
felt
guys were
you know
eating like you were
hey,
going to the
listen,
electric chair.
How much do you pay for your studio audience? How much you pay each person, that all 8 of them in your studio audience when you do a live
our studio
show?
audience now on the being Frank show is about 70.
Oh, 70, you grew it? Because
Well,
when we
we're-
saw it,
we're in
there was
the
like only
studio.
8 or 9 or 10 of
No,
them. Now,
when you guys came, there was
Yeah.
15, 20 people
15.
fit at that time.
Yeah.
But now our new studio, Mr. Saga, there's 70, 80, but we always get 700 to 5,000 requests to come to see the show.
That's a
We're
lot. of
going
people.
into season 10 now.
Oh, good. That's beautiful.
Good,
Season
beautiful.
10.
Season 10. But how come,
CHTV
hold on.
Channel 11. Yeah.
Well, this mic keeps going down. It's going to go right down my balloons. I feel like I'm getting a prostate exam.
Starch.
I don't know. I started here and I'm just going down. And down. I
So-
feel like Ed Sullivan.
Hey, you know what's coming? You know what's coming?
What's coming?
One of the greatest singers of all time, his birthday.
Who's a coming?
I don't know if he was the greatest singer.
Who's
but,
that?
You know, come on, you don't know August? Born in August?
Oh, I know.
Or
I
did he
think I
die?
know who
No,
it is.
sorry. Or did he die in August?
No, I know who you're talking about.
Who?
Rocco del Sud.
No, fuck him. That guy. No, Elvis Presley.
Oh,
was it his birthday?
Elvis Presley, yeah.
I did not know that. I mean, I
Hold
was
on a sec.
fan.
I got to do my research.
Listen
But
up.
it's okay. A little minutia. A happy birthday to Elvis.
No, we're gonna, because you're a singer, right? You know, I was a singer
Right
too
on.
once, eh?
Yeah.
Did you know that?
I didn't.
Vito played on my first.
I did-
He was born. Oh no, he died August 16th.
Yeah.
So we celebrate. Here we do the reverse. We celebrate death, not birth.
So you're from Sicily then?
yeah.
So
I just told you I'm Barese. What are you talking about?
I just humoring because
Where are you from?
I'm Sicilian. Where the obituaries are 2 days in advance.
Yeah.
Sammy's gonna die Thursday at 6 o'clock.
Do you know Frank Blank Pontiac by any chance?
No.
Frank Blank Pontiac?
No.
Okay,
No.
just asking.
No.
Do you know Bruno Two Taps?
No,
Do you know why they call him Two Taps?
because he taps twice.
Hey, Frank.
I got you.
Taps everybody on the shoulder twice.
Yeah, Frankie two-time, yeah, I like it.
Hey, so is Elvis Presley's it died on August 16th.
Yeah, he was 40 years old.
Fuck, eh? He
What
did
do you-
the-
Yeah, 1937 he was born, so he would
born
be
at 35.
Was
but
he
not-
35? I
yeah.
thought it was 37, so he would be 84.
Yeah, he'd be.
He'd be hung
Heartbreak
hung
Hotel.
low.
So we should do a little like a cappella, like.
Nah.
No, I can't do it.
Come
No.
on, a
I
little
don't-
singing.
I'm a boxer.
That's
Like since-
the agreement for
since
me to
my-
be down here was no a cappella, no singing, and a parking space, and a
got you-
plastic bottle of water with.
What the fuck you want? That's not water in there.
No, they filled it up from the back.
The back. So, well, I got you the parking spot.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought we would do like you're a singer. I thought we'd do a little like I'm a singer. We'd do a
I'm,
little acapella.
I do not feel at this point in
Okay.
time, and
No problem. See, we do all improvisation for the nation here, so we don't do anything.
improvisation.
So tell us. So how did you get? Really, I'm curious. How did you get started doing movies? To me, that's really.
Well, I've been
Like,
a
you
musician
went
all my
musician,
life.
right?
So I've been a musician all my life. So when you write, you write. Whether you're writing a song, it's writing. Yeah. So you're telling a story. The difference is when you tell a story in a song, you have 3 minutes from beginning to end to try to make it interesting and to try to get what you're trying to say.
That's it.
And a movie, it's an hour and 20 minutes for
Uh-huh.
a feature film. So we started with this album that I had written, Dreamer, and it was very successful. And my first movie, Real Gangsters, I wrote the script, and I was at a meeting with a director, and he told me it was going to take 6 to 8 months to make.
How much?
6 to 8 months. I told him, dial 1-800, go fuck yourself. It's toll free, and it works all over the world.
Yeah, that's good.
So at first, it's our first
I heard you
movie
do
was-
fucking movies in 5 days, 4 days.
Yeah, it depends.
Yeah.
But we use 8 cameras, and we have an incredible crew. The crew's been with me for 10 years,
Yeah.
12 years, so they know me. But no, listen, when you make a movie, when we made Real Gangsters, to get any big names. We had to kidnap their kid, put him in the trunk, and after they did the movie, we let the kid go free.
Right.
Because everybody wants to fucking make a movie, so you call a guy like Michael Pare, Eddie and the Cruisers, Streets of Fire. He's a great actor, and he's saying I'm gonna make a movie, and here's the script, and they think you're full of shit.
Yeah.
Because you have no track record. There's no resume. A resume is a movie. So you make the first movie, it got easier to make the second movie.
Yeah.
Sure.
Made the second movie, it got way easier to make the third movie.
Yeah.
So by the time we got to Sicilian Vampire, everybody wanted to be in that movie.
Yeah.
And it's, you got Daryl Hannah, Armand Asante. You know what I'm thinking?
Do you ever have anybody under 60 in your movie?
Yeah,
under 70 years
is,
old?
but I could see you're a little bit sarcastic. But so, what are you saying that people over 60?
Just asking a question. I don't know.
First of all, if you take a look at the movie, there's maybe 30% of the people are but they have to play that part. You can't get a fucking 30-year-old to play a part of somebody who's supposed to play a 70-year-old.
That's right.
So we don't change the age of the
So
person.
the character's
The character's based on their chronological fucking timeline. If we want to get runway models with large breasts,
Yes.
then we'll
Yes,
do a
I'm
beach
in.
movie.
Oh yeah.
Well, what do we do?
And if it's shot in Italy, all the girls have black eyes.
Listen. What would that be called?
As they're frolicking.
Hey, what would
it's
that be
called?
called?
Frolicking in the sand and my breasts hitting my eyes.
No, what do we call it? Call it the bouncy castle or something. Yeah. Anyway, that's cool. So that's how you got started, huh? And you played goalie, eh? Because I know some guys.
I played last night, and I the last time we shot a movie called The Last Big Save, which is coming out. Yeah. And there's many people. There's many. We got a lot of guys from the NHL.
Yeah.
On the ice, and they're all under 60, and so. So
I asked the tough questions. That's why I'm the host.
That's not a tough question.
I'm Tony Incomparable.
I don't understand Hollywood. Never will understand. They take somebody, they utilize them when they're in their
prime.
20s.
Yeah.
Well, what is prime?
I don't know.
Fucking
prime beef.
You got Clint Eastwood, who's still making Oscar nominated movies, and
I like that Mule movie.
And
by the way.
He's
Did
90.
You see it? Did you see that the Mule?
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
No, he's not 90.
It's good.
He's in his 80s. But what I'm saying to you is, everybody. There's so many Alan Arkin. There's so many relevant actors who are old. Christopher Walken. These.
Yeah.
We're making another movie, and we're looking at a lot of these guys who are legends in the industry. But it's the genre because we're shooting a movie about a retirement home, and these guys that don't want to be there, because when
is
you're
that what the movie is?
We're shooting a movie. It's called Out of Place.
Well, that's nice.
Oh, that's good.
And it's gonna talk about how old do you have to be relevant, which is a vicious circle from 0 to 25, 30. You got to hit 30 to be relevant. And then, fucking when somebody's 70, 80, he's written off.
Completely.
He's written off. So.
If you make it to 70 or 80.
Well, the average life expectancy in North America now is 80. It's
not bad.
But you're like the Dr. Kevorkian of motivational speakers. Listening to you.
I'm very motivational. What are you talking about for the nation?
I want to put my foot in the toilet and my finger in the socket. Is that
It
ham?
feels good. It feels good.
Is that ham?
No, listen. I just asked my audience. I get mail.
Now I think you're down at 20.
I get mail. They want me to ask the tough questions of my guests. We had Josh Boney here, a hockey player. I know you may know him. You know Josh Boney?
No.
He used to play against you in the men's league, apparently. He said he scored 12 or 13 goals.
Everybody.
I
meet people that I've never seen in my life. They say they've scored on me. So I played last night. The last time I played was in April. I was at a hockey tournament in Niagara Falls, and we won it all. And it was 4 games.
Who played net?
My mother. And she caught everything in a spatula. That fucking puck had no chance.
And she used a wooden spoon.
No, just a spatula and an apron. So her apron was the goalie pads. So we won everything. And so I hadn't played since then. But for the last 20 years, I've been playing at St. Mike's in the summer. Beautiful. So last night was the first game of the summer season.
Do you need any players? Because I'm always looking for a game. I can never find a game with guys.
Well, with that attitude, I can get you a game in Lebanon.
I just want to do my moves. I have a few moves, eh? I have one called the Del Piero. When I go on a break, the paralyzer, the razzmatazz. I have different moves. I make ran goalies quit hockey. Yeah.
I can
Anyway.
imagine. But so I played last night for the first time since April.
Where, St.
And I
Mike's?
felt like the Tin Man from the fucking Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
Because I swear to God, a couple of times I heard.
Oh yeah.
But it's like if I don't play 3-4 times a week, you're gonna get hurt. And I've been playing since I was 12 in net. Before that, I was a defenseman. But my coach said, "Listen, you got a bad temper. I'm the only goalie with Tourette's syndrome. Get the fuck away from me." But I like it. So
Do you play hockey, Rocco?
Oh,
Did you
no,
ever play-
I don't do this.
yeah, he plays hockey with construction boots.
Yeah, I had
They
actually.
grip on the ice.
I'm going to tell you something. This is a true story. I used to play men's league hockey with a guy who played net, who couldn't skate, but wore construction boots, steel-toe construction boots.
For real? Oh, yeah, that's
For real. We used to call him
You play a high
the
level
green.
hockey. I
Yeah, we
see.
do. Green triangle. Green triangle. We called him the green
the
triangle.
green patch.
The green patch.
The great, and you know what was
green
good?
triangle.
The soles were oil resistant.
That's
You
right.
played some high level hockey there.
Oh,
my
sure
friend.
did, man.
almost.
And
A
this guy was
goalie
good.
who couldn't skate. Interesting.
Yeah.
For
That's
me,
right.
For me, I'm really finicky. The most important part of my equipment are skates. I have. It's weird. Like
How come skates? You need a
because
special one?
they have to feel like I'm not wearing skates. They have to feel like I'm wearing construction boots. with
There
a
you
green
go.
patch.
See, there you go. So that's the thing. You got to feel natural.
I love hockey. I played at Chesswood for 26 years at a high level, Premium League, higher than A. And then everybody got old and fat. But I like to play until
It's
I can
fun,
still
eh?
play.
It's fun.
Well, for me,
It's just amazing. It's like meditation. on the ice.
exactly.
It really
the first
is. It's
time
like
I'm
you
on the show
forget-
that I'm agreeing with you. It does. I end up. It's actually it's the only fucking time that I'm not thinking about thinking.
Exactly.
Because if I'm thinking about thinking, a puck will hit me into the corners.
And that's
and
it.
knock me
Lights
out.
out.
They're going to interlicon.
Yeah.
So I agree.
it's
You're concentrating on the moment,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
the game.
And it's so therapeutic because you forget about everything.
well,
you're worried
they
about.
say that if you can concentrate on one thing, it's much healthier
Yeah.
than your brain that has 10,000 impulses
Yeah.
per second.
Sports does that for sure.
Oh, yeah, I heard that, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You boxing the same way, no?
Yeah, well, boxing is very special training, high level training,
But when you're in the ring,
Do you wear construction boots in the ring?
That's all I wear.
Yeah.
Is he the one-
Grip the tile good.
In case you gotta give it up that the clunes. You kick
how do you
his
bring
balls
the
right
guard?
off.
Yeah, you get the guard down. You
Oh,
gotta
yeah,
get him
but
down.
I bring the guard down, I kick him a couple of times until he shinoki. I bust him up, and
But
then I throw a jab.
if you're wearing the construction boots in boxing or MMA,
Oh, mamma mia.
construction boxing.
Hey, so what do you think's gonna happen with the Leafs? You think?
Well, they loaded up. They loaded
You
up.
think they're gonna do well this year? Did they get Marner yet? No, he's not signed yet.
They're going to sign him, and I mean, he's not going anywhere. He loves Toronto, and by them getting rid of Marlowe and getting rid of Kadri, and
Thank goodness. Couldn't stand
the
that
guard-
guy.
well, it
Yeah.
doesn't matter if you couldn't stand him. He
didn't
was
like
a very intricate part of the Leafs because he gave it grit. I liked Kadri. I don't know him personally, so but I like Kadri because I think he's an element of the Leaf game that made sense. Look, the Leafs went to Game 7 with the Boston Bruins.
Yeah.
Boston Bruins went to this Game 7 of the Stanley Cup. So the Leafs made a big
Jump.
catastrophic mistake.
Oh,
Game
how come?
6, they should have finished them off.
Yeah.
They had a bad game in Game 6, and then Game 7,
I like
Anyway.
to ask one hockey question. I don't follow the sport anyway, but I want to know one thing.
Yeah.
You got one guy player Toronto Maple Leaf, right?
Yeah.
He's an expressway. His name is a gardener, right?
Yeah.
How come I heard every time he go on the ice.
He's a nice guy, and he's
He
got a
tried.
lot of adopted kids, a lot of adopted
What do you
highways.
mean?
He's the
He
only
didn't
guy
know
that-
which ramp.
Yeah, he's the only one that cried after they booed him. He interviewed. We started crying.
No,
Get the
I
fuck
don't
outta
care.
here.
I think Gardner's a great young player, and he's going to be missed. But I think the Toronto Maple Leafs this year,
Yeah, what do you think they're going
they've
to do this year?
ramped up to win a Stanley Cup. And
Yeah.
if you take a look at all the teams, like the New York Rangers, when they ramped up and they won a Stanley Cup,
Yeah.
and if
I
you
think
take a
they're-
look, they've ramped up. They want to because they own the Raptors, and the Raptors won
Yeah.
the first championship in their history of their franchise.
Yeah.
Toronto's going to do the same thing.
I'm surprised that I'm trying to make believe they don't get Kawhi Leonard to play defense for them. Because he do a good job.
I think he'd do a great job, and with those
Right?
Nikes, he'd be bouncing off things all over the place.
He's got to get
I mean, a net's
steel-toed.
a net.
He's got to
Who
get
gives a fuck?
steel-toed
It's a net.
Nikes.
There's a net in basketball. There's a net in hockey.
You got a
net.
point,
It's a
huh?
fucking net.
Frank, you got a point.
Bigger net too.
La porta, fuck it.
Yeah.
As much.
Well, I don't know. I think you could say that St. Louis is a heavy team. Boston had no chance. St. Louis is a heavy team.
Yeah.
Well,
And to win a cup, you got to
I
be
am very
heavy.
happy that the St. Louis Blues won for the
Agree,
first
yeah.
time in their.
But they're a heavy team, and you're not going to win a cup. Toronto will never win a cup.
Listen,
with that
the
team.
Boston Bruins had decent goaltending. Tuukka Rask is a good goalie,
Yeah.
but he had 2 bad games. And when you're playing for the Stanley Cup, you can't have a half a bad game.
Yeah.
Anderson had Game 6. He was not strong.
He stunk.
And he didn't stink. You guys playing in the NHL. He didn't stink.
Well, you know what I'm saying.
But
I mean,
what
in
I'm just
relation
telling
to
you,
the
I
relation
don't
to
think he stunk. You need to have.
Okay,
if
he didn't
if
play
he's a
well.
If he's a great, no, he played great, but you have to be phenomenal. You have to be beyond stupendous. Anyways,
True.
I'm a big fan of Anderson. I'd say he's the best goalie to play for the Toronto Maple Leafs in a long time. He's a franchise goalie. He's very calm, and the difference in Game 6 was Tuukka Rask. Tuukka Rask outplayed him.
Yeah.
in the Leaf series.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he played
What
good,
about? So you think they're going to go all the way this year?
I think the Toronto Maple Leafs are gearing up to win a Stanley Cup.
This year.
And I'm telling you right now, well, next year, because it's
2021.
2021. No,
Or
it's 20.
2020.
Not-
2020. Yeah.
So,
You know, I know I coach hockey in the GTHL. You know, did you know that? Did Rocco tell you?
Good coach.
I've been coaching for 27
coach.
years. AAA coach.
But he can coach him.
I had the first overall pick in the NHL this year.
Yeah.
Jack Hughes, I coached him for 2
Cool.
years. Yeah.
He make it.
He's first overall pick.
First
I had
pick.
five kids in the first
that's
4
a big
rounds.
accomplishment.
That's a big one, eh?
First time I've ever had a first
And then you
overall.
got to hope that they make it, because
Yeah, it's hard.
if I remember a lot of Super Junior A players
Yeah.
became Mike Craig.
Yeah.
Great Junior A career. Invisible. I think he's supersizing fries now.
Or delivering Uber.
Or
or
he's an
driver.
Uber Eats guy
He's an Uber
and a
Eats
Ford
guy.
Flex with a stereo. But
Yeah, eating a few of the fries before he delivers it to
listen,
the customer.
the NHL is the greatest league in the world. When we shot
Absolutely.
the last big save,
greatest
Yashin came up, who's a friend of mine, to play on our team. So I said to the guys, we used 23 cameras to shoot the hockey scene, which was the most ambitious part. I broke my rib that night. And then we still finished the movie. So I said, guys, to both dressing rooms, I said, guys, we are not going to orchestrate anything. We're going to play. We had NHL refs.
Oh, yeah.
I think we're going to play. We're going to shoot the game for an hour. So we had 1,000 people in the audience, but we made it look like 20,000. And they got into it. They were extras, but they got into it. So we shot the game. I couldn't, I played pretty high-level hockey all up until now at this stage of my life, but playing NHL is completely a different animal.
Sure.
You have a nice little car that's a turbo,
Yeah.
but you get into a Ferrari, it's a different thing. And the accuracy of them shooting and the stuff,
Speed,
it was great.
yeah,
So we,
skating,
so if I made 10 saves, we showed that, but we also showed, because the story is about a guy who is the last year of his 20-year contract. And anyway, it's a cool little movie. We won the New York Film Festival, which was quite a surprise. And Danny Aiello's in the movie. He plays the owner of the team.
Nice.
And
When is it coming out?
I don't know. 20th
20th
Century Fox might release it at Christmas time, but it's been entered in TIFF. We have 2 movies this year. One we entered at the ICFF, which has become one of the biggest film festivals in the world.
Oh, yeah.
Where is that one held?
That one was 2 weeks ago, and we had Making a Deal with the Devil, which is one of our movies that's coming out this year. Both will come out on 20th Century Fox Incendo. And but the hockey movie, when you're junior A, it's great. Like even goalies, Jamie Storm, superstar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The NHL is a different thing.
Yeah.
I love, like I said, Anderson played phenomenal in Game 6. But
Yeah.
he was not incredible. and that's look at the Tampa Bay Lightning, the best team in the NHL,
Sure.
and they had up until last year or this year the best goalie.
Gone.
Well, he's not going to be gone, but he reminds me of Patrick Lalime. He's a cacker. He plays great for the whole season, and then at the playoffs, he
Shits the
just
bed.
he chokes
Hey,
on the football.
Rocco,
Yeah.
what's going on with soccer in Italy?
A
'Cause
lot of trouble.
Come on, like even the
Girls,
girls.
the girls,
What's going
they didn't
on?
suck. They got totally manhandled.
Yeah.
I watched the game. It was sad to me.
You're a big soccer guy.
Yeah, I like a soccer.
What's
And
going on?
your father is probably one of the greatest commentator
Yeah,
in the world.
in the world.
Yeah. Okay.
So what's going on there?
Well, it's a reflection of what's going on in the società. Italy, a lot of problem over there, right?
So you're saying that the political system and environment in Italy right now is hurting the players?
Oh, it hurt to everybody.
Buffon just signed the 1 year.
1 year with Juventus, yeah, but they don't have no more inspiration like before, you know.
So you think the Azzurri are done?
No, they're not done. They're gonna make some kind of comeback someplace after the holidays.
What's the connection between politics and the soccer?
Life is all connected, my friend.
Life is all politics.
I know, but
That's right. See?
okay, so why
Thanks,
is it-
Frank.
La vita è una politica. Una politica.
hey, but you gotta explain?
Yeah. Look,
how in your view?
who run? First of all, who give the money for the soccer team and national team? Government to give the money.
Right.
If the government is a fucker stealing the money, then you're not getting the money. If you don't get the fucking money, you don't get the training, and you don't give a shit.
So the government steals the money,
That's right.
and he subsidizes the national team.
That's right.
And then the national team steals the money,
Yeah.
Who you mean the national team is stealing the money?
And they go on holidays.
and they're going home.
Wow,
That's
really?
what they do in Italy.
Makes
Where do you think
sense.
they are now?
Yeah. In Tunisia. They all go to Tunisia.
Tunisia, yeah.
Every- they go to,
right?
Or they go
Turkey.
Cyprus. or-
90%. Well, they probably do, but they all go to Sardinia. They go
Sardinia,
to Tunisia.
Cyprus, they go to Cyprus.
Cyprus is big. A lot of Italians in Cyprus.
Yeah, cheap. If my friend to go
I've
to.
never been to Cyprus.
Listen
You
to
been
me.
to Cyprus?
beautiful.
No, I never go to Cyprus. Frank maybe go. I didn't go
I've
there.
been to Cyprus. It's beautiful.
It's nice there. Yeah, I heard that.
I've been to
God.
Beirut. Beirut's beautiful too.
See, Frank, is it cheap as Cyprus? You have a nice dinner over there and nice food.
I think wherever you go, if you want good stuff, you're gonna pay. If you want to fucking eat a buffet,
Yeah,
You go to Niagara Falls.
that's right.
or you go to in all those inclusive
All
places and
inclusive.
thing, and you eat patate 24 hours a day.
That's where I go all
Where-
the
where-
time.
Hey, is that where you go to?
Yeah,
you go to
I go
when you
with
go on
a
vacation.
You like a
Buffet.
buffet? You like a buffet?
Ruba, I wear
Did
my
you-
fucking stretch pants and,
And
that's
you
it.
take your chair and go right to the buffet table?
Right to the buffet, straight.
You don't have to walk the buffet table. Just
You
sit
wear
there.
this spandex?
I wear the stretchy
You
fucking
go to the
pants.
Mandarin over here?
No, Mandarin's cost too much. I got another place at $9.95. I go.
What's it called?
It's a Chinese place.
So it's free MSG?
It's called the cream of some young guy. That's where I go.
yeah, that's a come of something.
Yeah, it's a Chinese food over there.
Do you know?
pretty
do you
gross.
do you know how to do fake Chinese, Frank?
No, I don't do fake nothing. I'm real. Fuck.
No, it's fake Chinese. The language.
Oh,
you
no.
speak fake Chinese?
No. I can't fake it.
No.
I know a couple of words. She means a thank you, right, Frank? Frank been to China a couple of times.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
What do you
I've
think?
been,
I've only-
I've been to Shanghai. I've been to
Shanghai.
Hong Kong. I went to Beijing.
Beijing too.
Yeah.
I've been to Tokyo. That's it.
I've been to Tokyo. I love Tokyo. It reminded me of the movie Blade Runner. It was very.
Yeah, right.
Electric.
It's a
Everything's
different,
electric.
different.
Yeah, but
area.
it's a lot of pollution. Very
A lot of
hazy.
pollution
Weird.
there.
A lot of
Yeah,
haze. It's very foggy.
I heard they eat a lot of. They like the raw fish over there.
Yeah,
Little
I
sushi.
like sushi.
Me
but
too.
but you know the way I was brought up, if you went, it was like un dimbaluni. I get a fucking dimbaluni from the right side. But over there, you go to a restaurant and you hear the whole fucking restaurant go.
That's true.
Yeah.
The noodles.
The suction.
noodles.
They suck the noodle.
Yeah,
They
they
suck
take
the
the
noodles.
two sticks.
Them.
They take you two sticks. They go like this. The noodles. Go,
No,
but that's the way they eat. It's not a big deal.
Italian people, they stab you with a stick if you do that at the
You
table.
know, we argued at the table, but nobody went.
No, exactly. You're not supposed to.
But
Not posted,
but,
no?
Not
I had
posted.
some great meals in Tokyo. Some
yeah.
great. There was Italian restaurants in Tokyo better than Italy.
No.
Yep.
Huh. Well, the Italians go everywhere. Right?
Yeah.
The best. The Italians are the best in the
But
world.
the
everywhere.
Japanese open up some pretty serious restaurants.
Yeah, I heard that.
I like the rivers there. You go sushi. They put
They
it
have
in
a
the river.
famous soccer player in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
His name is No Yokomai.
No, I thought it was Yoko Mayoko Poco.
Oh, kiddo. No, yeah, that cousin.
brother.
You're right. Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
they had the German guy in charge of the post office,
was his
Frankie Ball.
Frank, yeah. Hey, how do you?
Did
how do
you,
you
he
say-
went to Spain once too, eh? Because he's a chef too, Frank, eh? Remember that chef, very famous one who teach at your school, or you go there, Mercedes school, Dolores de Panza?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
get
was
a
a great. He was
putana.
good. He was good.
She used to wear stretch pants when she used to cook, eh?
Yeah, and he wore the belt under the belt.
and
Si
yeah.
mettea cintura
I said,
casuta.
so I'm a 54 waist. Bullshit. That's under the gut.
beneath. What are your waist? What's your waist?
My
now?
waist I'm about 36.
36. That's good. Yeah, that's
I'm
good.
a
Yeah.
sportsman, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not as shape like before when I used to fight the Tyson, those guys.
Yeah.
But now, well, Frank said, the age, when you're older now, people they tell you fuck off. When you're 55, they tell you take a walk.
Yeah,
And
I know.
in my case, they're already setting up a couple of new fights now with the young guys.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have a few fights?
Yeah, that the English guy want to fight me. Kilo Lufrato, the big tall guy.
What's his name?
I don't know, Joshua something. He want to
Joshua
fight.
Sasitz.
Joshua Sazitzi, I'm gonna fight him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna fight.
So
everybody.
I heard that you don't actually, when you box, I heard that you don't actually punch. You give timbaloonies.
Yeah.
You go like this. So how does it work now? In
How do you say that,
like,
timbaloonies?
Timbaloonies.
That's a Timbaloonie.
Gotcha.
Pah.
So,
Oh,
so,
yeah.
so the guy's ready to fight you. Right?
Yeah.
And he's in a fighting pose.
Yeah.
And you just come up and give him a timbaloonie.
I could say. That's why I don't
So
even.
he's not ready for it.
I don't even tape my hands.
So most of your knockouts are from behind the neck.
Yeah.
Boom.
But it's illegal to hit behind the net.
No,
Not if it's a timbaloon.
For Timbal.
Section 4, paragraph 7. Timbaloonies allowed. No rabbit punches.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I always get.
That's
to
why
the
he's got
charge.
big risk. Because he.
Who taught you that move?
My father.
So when he, on the fastball, guys are going this. He goes like this.
That's it. One
Just
hit.
timballoons.
Yeah, that's you give me an idea for a new training video.
But I heard,
Yeah,
I
right?
heard you're probably one of the best timballoony fighters
Nobody
in North America.
There should be a whole like MMA
Babe, or
timbaloonie.
they put
MMA
timbalation.
Yeah.
When you look up the word the timbalation in the
Okay.
dictionary, it's
So-
my picture there. I could see.
No shit. There's a competition in Russia.
Yeah.
And you sit across the table from your competitor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
that?
Yeah.
Have you seen this?
And even in Ireland. It's a,
yeah.
it's a timbaloonie. It reminds you. No, but he's telling the truth.
Yeah.
It reminds me of a story. These two. May I tell this story?
Yeah, please.
So
yeah.
I just feed subject matter.
Well, there's no subject because the timbaloonies they do, and most of the guys, the smart guys will go give the. Anyways, I'll tell you a story and then I'll get to the smart guy. So these two hunters, they didn't know each other. They were on opposite ends of this forest.
Yeah.
So boom, they shoot both up. They see this big fucking duck stuck
Yeah.
from Chernobyl, huge. They shoot the duck. The duck falls. They both get to where the duck lands at the same time. He goes,
Yeah.
what the fuck are you talking about? It's my duck. I shot him. The guy goes, I shot too. How do you know it's your? So they both are shooting the same caliber. So rather than fight and argue, they go, tell you what, we'll have a little contest, just like the slapping contest
Yeah.
in Russia. We'll do it. We'll kick each other in the balls. The guy to give up first loses the duck.
Makes sense.
So the guy goes, okay. So they flip to go who goes first.
Yeah.
So the first guy basically takes 10 steps back and runs forward. Boom! Kicks the guy in the balls. The guy's balls, ding, 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 ding. He's fucking rolling. He pukes of it. The pain, excruciating, right? So the guy goes, okay, it's my turn. He goes, nah, fuck it, keep the duck.
Hey, listen. Look at this. You're not gonna believe it. I don't like. This is. Look at the people watching.
But this has become huge. This is
yeah.
huge.
We're gonna show
But look at
Okay,
the
so what
guy's
happened?
hand. And
He slapped him already?
yeah, watch. He just
He
knocked him
knocked him
out.
out.
So-
But how come he doesn't go home now?
no, wait,
No,
wait,
look,
no, he's
look,
okay.
look.
I'm good.
He's
I'm
the-
good.
I'm
I'm
good.
good.
Not-
I'm
round
good.
two, round two. Look,
I'm
look,
good,
look.
I'm good. Look at this. Look at the head on that guy. It says Brampton Brick on it.
This is
His
so
head
funny.
didn't even move.
We're gonna
He
put
didn't
this
move.
on. We're gonna put
Now watch
this.
what
we're gonna-
happens here. Watch what happens here. Boom.
Doosh.
Now that's it.
Oh.
He's gone. You know where he is now?
Knocked out.
He's in Cleveland.
He's in Siberia.
He just got a one-way ticket to La La Land. Smelling sauce. Where are you? Well, look at this guy. His head didn't even
They
move.
lose. What happened?
Yeah, he's out. He's
They
unconscious.
use this guy's head circumference to measure pillars.
Hey, look, champion, Rocco. How many rounds could you go like
Oh,
that?
I could take a lot of shots.
I would not let. I don't like being touched, so I wouldn't let the guy touch my face.
No, I can't do that.
Anyway,
Okay.
So it's real. Hey, they really do it,
yeah,
huh?
man.
I
Like,
thought
that's
you were
some fucked
joking
up
around.
shit.
No, it's big. It's a big sport now. Well, there's a million versions of that, but the slapping's big. But there's the punch in the arm where they punch each
Oh,
other
yeah, I
in
haven't
the
seen
arm
that
back
one.
and
No, I
forth.
can't do it.
And then there's the punch in the face, where not the slap, the punch, like
For a punch.
a punch with one glove. They wear one. I don't know if they wear a boxing 10-ounce or. But I'm telling you, the timbaluni, I didn't make it up. Those are the That's
There you go. It's live. Live.
They were invented by some Italian father.
Could you do a backhand? Do you do backhand too, or is it just one
But if
forehand?
that was an interesting video that you showed, because you saw that when the guy without the beard hit the guy with the beard, his neck didn't even move.
Yeah, he
nothing,
no
nothing,
brain
nothing,
movement.
nothing,
That other guy, his whole
nothing.
fucking
He
head
was still
snapped.
finishing a fucking Kit Kat.
Yeah, that's right. The other guy's whole neck snapped.
No, I'm talking. That guy's head almost flew right off his shoulder.
Oh, I'll tell you, he out, huh?
Technique, eh? He did this.
He done a crispy one, eh?
Crispy. Yeah.
Well, he's got it. The guy with the beard was like this, right here for
He's a
youngsters. Have turbo shisha.
Frank, do you think he graduated from Timbaluna University? That
I
guy?
think he's got his PhD at the University of Timbaluni from Bologna. My father went there for belt.
Yeah, for belt.
My father could take his belt off. My father could take his belt off in 13.2 seconds, but my father was a very logical, technological type guy with the belt. He would wait for me to get to the last stair.
Yeah.
And I would think that I
safe.
got away. That I got away.
You got away.
And just a tip would just hit me in the pocket. So those were the days.
Yeah, not anymore. You can't do that anymore.
Well, I don't care. I wish she was still here, and I would let him.
Oh, I
give
know.
me the
I'm
belt
just
all the
saying.
time.
Of course.
Anyways, how long is this show? Like 6 days? Should I fucking brought a tent?
I don't
Should
know.
have brought a tent or a mini fridge?
Why, are you
or a
bored? Are we
microfridge?
boring you?
Oh fuck!
mean,
I'd
we
love to
fucking-
stay here all day and talk about Timbaloonies, but
What?
I'm about to give myself a Timbalooni just to get the fuck out of here.
Frank, that's not very nice. Come on.
Well, matter of fact, the subject
I
matter,
didn't
It's subject.
I
It's
didn't go to congeniality school.
we well, it's good. No, we're just talking about. I'm talking about sport. One more sports subject.
Okay.
Kawhi Leonard, is he signing here? We're gonna look back on this. and say-
I think that he will. I think he loves the city. But the irony is this: I've been a Raptor fan since its inception, and for some reason, a lot of players seem to want to get out of here. Whether it's the taxes,
Yeah.
whether it's the cost of living, we've lost some great basketball players to leaving here. Like they get here and then they're gone.
wants to live here. It's a great. That's a good
I
city
love
to
it.
live.
I want to live here. I'm glad my father picked Toronto. I think it's the best city in the world. But for guys who make a gazillion dollars,
Yeah.
they're losing half of their salary to taxes. So I think that's been a big problem for us.
Taxation.
I think a biggest problem for I think he'll sign. I think he loves the city, and he just came fresh off a championship.
Yeah.
But usually, as everybody knows, when there's a championship team, the next year, it's very expensive to keep it intact.
Yeah, it's tough.
Well, he's got 3 years. Then he can sign he becomes a 10-year player. Then he can sign max money for 10 years. So if he stays 3 years in Toronto, then he can. The next contract he's going to do major payday beyond this one.
Listen, anybody who didn't love the Raptors, I was in Hong Kong, and people had Raptors jerseys. I mean, locals.
Yeah, it was
the Raptors
incredible.
was not
Phenomenal.
just a Toronto team. It
No, it
became
was
the
a
team of
global
Canada,
thing.
and
Yeah.
it became a global phenomenon.
Yeah.
As far as the name, the
Everything. Yeah, they just on the map.
I love the games. I love watching basketball. There's nothing like watching a live game. Like going
I've
there.
never. I actually went, but not in the last 7 years or
But
whatever.
my cousin used to have court side seats beside Spike Lee for the Knicks. And we used to sit there, and it's just incredible.
Courtside must be amazing.
And we sat courtside. I went to
Yeah.
see Jordan. I was a big fan of Jordan when he played for the Chicago
Oh,
Bulls.
fantastic, yeah.
And that was a great team. A lot of people don't remember how great Scottie Pippen was. But Scottie Pippen was overshadowed by Jordan.
He's
But he
Italian,
was a
huh?
magnificent.
Yeah.
Yeah, his
He's
name is
Italian?
Scozzesi Pippone.
Pepone, Pepone,
He knows
Cipollino,
already.
Cipollino.
Yeah, my father put an I or an oni on everybody, and everybody was Italian.
Italiano. Except one guy, he was Italian natural, Palanga, Italiano.
Paulenka was not Italian.
No.
But he had an Italian name. He was a native Indian, from what I hear.
Paul Anka wasn't Italian?
Google Paul Anka. You're the information guy. I think that Paul Anka was born in Ottawa, and I think he's a native Indian. I think he's a native Indian.
I heard he Lebanese.
And the K means he's not Italian because there's no K in the Italian.
Kappa, they say in Italian.
Yeah, he's Arabic.
Yeah.
He's born on my birthday, July 30th.
Oh, yeah. And where's he born? New Jersey?
He's born in Ottawa.
Yeah, but her parents were
Her father was Arabic,
okay.
and mother is Canadian.
Yeah. I think his mother's there's some native Indian in him.
Well, maybe that's what they refer to Canadian. I don't know. They said,
That's too much, Palanga.
Yeah, but the K gives it away that he's not Italian.
Yeah.
My name
Yeah.
is Frank, but it's
Francesco.
Francesco C.
Right.
There's no K or J.
You know, post
So if your name is Janet, move.
So, what's on the horizon
For the
for
future,
you?
for
The future.
Compadre Frank,
For Combo Frank,
We
what's
got two
going on?
movies that are
Yeah.
coming out this year, and we're going to season 10 of the Being Frank show.
That's how good. Yeah, that's great.
Good. That's awesome.
And we got a
Yes.
new album out, and
Beautiful.
my dear friend here knows most of my music,
Oh, yeah.
and so we've kept busy.
What number album this one, Frank?
16.
Oh,
Wow. Holy shit.
he
That's
can
a
work
lot.
steady, eh? He doesn't
You
fool
know,
around.
Yeah,
you
but
got to keep working. It's
We've
good. Do you write all your own stuff? You write all your music, right?
Yeah, but I always like putting a couple of cover tunes on the album. But I write 99% of my stuff. I've written 200 songs, 300 songs.
That's a lot, French. That's a lot of music.
Hey, Rocco, you ever been in his movies?
Yeah, a couple of times I had those special guests here.
Sicilian Vampire.
Yeah, I was
Big
Awesome.
role in one of the big movies.
Yeah.
Probably one of the biggest movies we did was Red Maple
Red
Leaf.
Maple Leaf, yeah.
Chris Christopherson, Armand Asante,
Paul Sorvino.
Mira Sorvino, under 60.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
The little girl was way
She
under
was
60.
way under 60.
But Paul Sorvino, James Caan, Armand Asante.
he's
it
good,
was
James
actually the last movie that Doris Roberts and Roberto Loggia made. It was the last movie, and it. But that movie is. We were in the States a year ago.
Yeah.
I mean, 2 months ago, and it was on TV. So it's everywhere, every day.
I've seen it in New York. I work in New York, so I saw Sicilian Vampires
It's everywhere.
on a cable network
Yeah,
in New York.
yeah.
I saw it on TV.
Yeah.
So
Hey, Francesca, tell
cool.
me one thing now. When you do there's a special paper actor famous, right? Which one is the most easy one to work with?
yeah,
You know,
That's
these are
legends.
I got to tell you this, and this is the truth. So when we did No Deposit, this is the first time I met Daniel Baldwin, and there was Paul Sorvino was the first time I worked with him, but there was also I can't remember his name. He was in Free Willy. He's a great actor. I can't remember his name now. But they told me that these guys were and Eric Roberts. So I got all these guys for No Deposit, and they said to me that they were difficult to work with. I got to tell you, phenomenal. And you know me very well.
Yeah.
And I'm easy to. We do the thing. I'm easy. Like you've been on the sets.
Oh yeah.
I've never had I've never ever had a problem with anybody. Seriously. And if there's a problem, we sort it out right away.
Right.
But when I'm on set, I own the set. It's my way.
That's
it's not
right.
a democracy. It's a dictatorship. It's my.
it's the only way it works, right? You cannot work
That's
really.
tough. Eh? It's
tough. Someone has to say, but somebody's got to say, hey,
Yeah.
Michael
draw
Manson.
the line. You know
Michael
what I mean?
Manson. Michael Manson. Reservoir Dogs, great actor.
Yeah.
So first time I met him, they told me you're gonna, he's gonna be a little bit tough, and we became very, very close, and just an incredible actor. beautiful guy. But and I'm very proud of that movie, No Deposit. But you know, if you get along with yourself, I'm pretty sure you can get along with anybody.
What's your birthday? What's your sign?
I don't know. Slippery when wet. Proceed with caution.
April what? April what?
Do not enter.
Yeah, especially from the back door.
Yeah.
What? Where?
April 23rd.
Oh, so you're a Taurus.
Yeah.
Taurus. That's good. So he's a hard worker.
Work hard.
Oh, I do. I'm up every day at 5 in the morning.
Yeah.
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 But
Well, you live in this core of the city? Where do you
I lived
where-
downtown for 20 years, and now I'm in Kleinberg, where
Oh.
as soon as you pass Finch on the 400, the signs change. Slow down. Where you
Slow
going?
down. Where you going? What's the hurry?
Kumingat-
That used to be called
Kumingat
Porcaria.
Senderies.
That used to be Porcariaville. Everybody moved from
Porcariaville, yeah.
Porcariaville to
Very hard
Woodbridge.
to
Well,
find a place.
I got to tell you this.
No, from Porcariaville
I
to
did a lot of
Kleinberg.
business. I've always done business on Highway 7 and stuff. Al Palladini was one of my best friends.
Yeah.
And so when Al opened up the dealership up on Western Road and 7, there was fuck all on Highway
Nobody.
7.
Right, nothing.
And they thought he was nuts, right?
Yeah.
It was like a Ford Lincoln Mercury
I
in the
remember
middle of
that
nowhere.
place,
Yeah. He sold more trucks. He was the biggest seller of heavy duty trucks in North America per capita.
Did you know? I know Did you know Al Palladini's one of his good friends, called Archie Zuliani? Do you know him? Did you
I've
ever
heard
hear?
the name, but I
Yeah.
don't know. But Al was very good to me. When I opened my business, I could not make the payments on the truck, so I brought the truck back, and he said, "Did somebody fucking call you here?" I go, "No." He goes, "Then get the fuck out of here."
He was a good guy.
Yeah.
Al Palladini. Too bad he died so
But what I'm
young.
saying is, if you
Second
go on
to-
Highway 7 now,
yeah, it's a disaster.
if you go, they opened. There's 4 lanes one way, 4 lanes.
But
It was
I think in
even
the
Major
middle-
Mac. If you take a look at Major Mac, they're building a hospital. So what I'm saying, the power of that community, the strength and the money that's there, is incredible to me. But anyways,
How's your golf game? You golf?
last year, the Geese in Canada signed a petition for me not to go. So when I go to a golf course, the geese text each other. They wear water wings and helmets.
Yeah. I got kicked out because I used to get pissed off, and I put picked up the people's balls and replaced them with marshmallows because
You're not supposed to do that.
You're
You
not
can't
supposed
do
to
that
do
to
that.
the
So they
real
kicked me out of my club.
Have you
because-
ever had a dilemma question playing golf? So I'm playing with Phil Esposito. Actually, I'm going to play next week. I've known Phil since I was 8 years old. So I have a place that I go to in Tampa, and he's from Tampa. So we both tee off in this fairway. The first hole is beautiful. Like, this golf course is gorgeous. And I find my ball, which is just right on the fairway near the rough. So he goes, "You go ahead and hit the ball, and when I find mine, I'll hit mine." So I hit mine, both beautiful shot. I don't know, 5 to 10 feet away from the flag.
That's good.
So I hear Phil go, "Found it." So here's my dilemma: should I fucking tell him that I picked up his ball and put it in my pocket and call him a lying bastard?
Yeah, you have to. No, that's where the marshmallow comes out. That's the use of the marshmallow.
Or just let him hit and let karma take over? But I was the prick. I picked up his ball. His ball was a beautiful shot. Yeah, but I'm using etiquette. But when I play golf, my pockets are Velcro, so I can. Where'd your ball go? There it is. My favorite club is my hand wedge when I come out of the sand trap. My hand wedge. It's cupped like this, and it just. Bing.
Do you use the Korean 1-iron? That's the ball to fish the ball out of the water. The Korean 1-iron, they call it.
I
There's a little thing on the ball. You have to get the water. You go in the water.
I don't do that.
Anyway, Frank's looking at his watch.
I enjoy playing golf if I have 3 good guys, and if there's an asshole, I will fucking make sure that he gets off. 3 times I've had to get rid of one of the guys in the foursome. I like playing against myself. I'm very honest with myself. So if I shoot 100, that's huge for me. Like that's phenomenal. But if I shoot 120, 110, I really don't give a fuck because I'm playing. But if I lie, I'm only cheating myself.
That's true,
But there's guys that lie, and I don't have time for them. And so one time we went golfing, and there was a guy that I didn't know, and he started being what'd you get? What'd you get? What'd you get? And like it's just being fun. Finally, I took out my 9-iron, which is my favorite club.
Nice.
And I said, they're gonna put me down for 4, because that's what I'm gonna do. Hit you 4 fucking times if you don't get the
That's it. Well, listen, it was a pleasure having you here, chit-chatting,
coming,
Frank.
Well,
Thank
next
you
time
for
if you
coming.
invite me again, I'm gonna go to Villa Colombo and get
Get
a
a
lot
few-
of people over 60
Okay,
to
you're
be
milking,
my fan. Oh yeah, I gotta milk that
you're
for a while.
milking that one for a
And
while, okay?
I want to the 32 people who are watching. Hey,
66, 64, 64. But you never know. It could only take one, and then it goes viralation for the nation.
For the nation.
You never know, right?
Don't forget the tournament, the Timbaluna tournament that Frank talked about.
I will.
I'm
I will. Rocco. I will sponsor Rocco.
Yeah.
And so is Lucky Charms. That looks like a billboard.
That's a
Good
nice
job.
shirt.
I've never
Where did
seen
you
him
get
that
that?
big.
Where did you get
It's,
that?
this one?
Yeah.
A place, a store, cheap store, Winners, I buy it.
How many boxes of Lucky Charms did you have to eat? Because they are magically delicious.
They're talking about getting rid of that in the U.S. because it's not politically correct.
What do you mean?
Believe it or not. I'm serious.
What do you mean?
They don't want to change the name of the cereal.
Unlucky Charm?
Yep.
Why is Lucky Charms not politically
I don't know,
correct?
because it offends, because there's a connotation to
What?
the coglioni.
Well,
Lucky
see,
Charms?
Yep. Believe it or not, they're talking in New York.
Are you
there's
telling me
a-
that the word
yeah,
Lucky
I'm-
Charms has a connotation to
I'm not
testicles?
telling you. That's what they're
Well,
telling
if
you.
he called it Lucky Testicles, then I could understand.
But
Lucky Couillons.
Yeah,
Hey, Ma, when you go to the supermarket, get a box of those Lucky Couillons.
that's it. That's
They
right.
got little dried sausages in there.
That would be a hit.
Instead of little marshmallows, little sausage.
shaped in different things.
Like star sausage,
sausage.
moon sausage, la luna sausage.
Espresso cup.
But I never heard of Lucky Charms. I know that there's a lot now. Politically correctness has become is overshadowing logic, and it's become totally fucking stupid.
Yeah.
But I understand that stuff that was acceptable because there was a lot of ignorance, and I'm getting deep now. I'm Jacques Cousteau. There was a lot of ignorance in the, that's what happens. You emancipate. You start to learn things, and if you made a mistake, you apologize. But now it's getting, I think, redonkulous on what the fuck they're doing.
I agree.
I'm telling you, they're banning this fucking. They have a problem with this Lucky Charms.
I
in
don't
New
think
York City.
General Mills will allow it.
Yeah. Well,
That's
what did
like-
Nike just do with the flag? Because somebody said the 13 stars represented slave. There was a whole thing yesterday, but Nike banning pulling a shoe off the shelf. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, I heard it, yeah.
Pulling a shoe off
I
the
heard
shelf.
Nike wouldn't pull it off.
They're pulling it off because
They are. No, I heard the story, but I heard that Nike would not pull it off.
Oh no, they pulled it.
They pulled it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Because
The only thing
Well, I'm gonna leave and pull it myself.
I would only change one thing with this guy, Irish guy.
What the
You see
tongue
spoon
coming?
over here?
Yeah, make it.
I would put the ice pick over there.
Yeah.
Lucky Charms.
What about la lingua? La vida la lingua. Look at his tongue.
That's
Yeah, but that's because they're magically delicious. So what are you gonna do? Kill the rabbit from Tricks? What the fuck? Not even cereal. Cereal
It's safe.
is safe.
This is going to be a good clip. See,
you
we
gonna
ended
do
up
now?
with.
2 cans
Oh,
Sam,
that
you're
like the
gonna-
Lucky Charms going to be a good little edited clip out.
Frank read 2 cans Sam, you got his match off as a beak because you offended the
No,
beak.
how about the Rice Krispies
Rice
guys?
Krispie. Tony the Tiger over there.
Tony
Frosted
the
Flake.
Tiger. Oh, they're very.
Don't use the tiger because.
Well, the
I
other
have
night
conservation.
I couldn't sleep. I could not sleep, so I had a bowl of Frosted Flakes, and I got to tell you, they were great.
They are great.
They were great.
Especially in the middle of the night.
Duci come lo mele. Duci. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you very much
Thanks,
for coming.
Frank.
My
Appreciate
pleasure
it.
is an honor and a pleasure to be here.
Yes, it was
thanks,
fun.
Frank.
It
And
was fun.
next time, if I'm invited back, I'll just get a fucking helicopter to be.
No place to land it here,
Well,
unfortunately.
they just thought
You got to
put it in a
parachute in,
bungee cord.
bungee cord in.
come
Yeah,
a bungee cord in.
you got to come in with the thing.
With us
All right,
Geritol too for the
Jared. Next, I will bring. Are you okay? The stomach is good.
Yeah,
you don't.
yeah,
yeah,
so
okay,
far
good.
it's
No, I'm
good.
saying you're not feeling the indigestion or anything.
we
Everything is
okay.
good. You're all good.
I have
You
some
didn't drink
brioche in the
You didn't
car.
drink the brioche.
I like because they bubble. They're like, see, people
we
steal
talked about-
everything from fucking Italians.
Fucking right.
True.
Brioche is the first
Pop rocks.
Pop
Pop rocks.
Pop rocks.
We talked about that a
You
few
put
weeks
the
ago on our
brioche in your
show.
mouth, boom,
Yeah.
boom, Mami, sendo meglio. Watch, who the fuck watches TV with a big thing of brioche?
Oh, that was the good old days. You know what that is? You ate it. The brioche was like you put it in water, bubbled, and made your indigestion.
You're supposed to put it in the bottom of the thing and then pour a little bit
Yeah.
of water at a time. Because if you didn't, it'd fucking blow up and hit you right in the
Oh
fucking.
yeah.
It would like be
If you didn't have if you told her to plug instead of buy a Drano, put
Yeah.
Brioski, clean them up.
And some people that don't know, they would put half the brioche in a glass and put the water, and it was like a volcano.
Yeah, well, it was a
Came
carbonic.
everywhere.
It was full of carbonic acid and it was made of sodium bicarbonate. And then they put lemon juice because in Sicily there's a famous bar in Palermo where all the kids after 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, before they go home, they go get this drink. It's about this big and they got to drink it all in one shot and it stops you from getting a hangover. But it's lemon juice, granita, and sodium, sodium bicarbonate.
Oh, yeah.
But it's like this and they drink it down and then you burp like for about a half an hour.
And then you feel good.
And then you feel good.
You have no hangover.
And you know those chipudi? The smell is good. You're missing 2 fucking teeth, but in the morning. Yeah, Broski was the original
Pop Rocks, yeah.
Rock,
Papa Rocks. We talked about that a few weeks ago on our show.
Thank you very much.
Thank
for
you.
having me.
Okay, Francesco. Ciao.
Ciao, ciao.